Hey everybody, as promised, we're doing it. We're starting this podcast. That's right. And today I'm bringing in a special guest. For those of you guys who watch Liquidator, if you remember him, he was the designer on the show. We're gonna shoot the shit with him a little bit, tell him how the reactions were. Where is Rene? Come on, Rene. So we're gonna bring you on. We're gonna ask you a few questions.
It's gonna cost you.
It's gonna cost me what?
It costs you a lot of money.
All right. Well, here you go. For those of you, here he is.
Oh, Jesus.
We got the live audience here. We just found that on YouTube. Everybody, that's how you do it nowadays. Fake applause. So you guys watch the show, The Liquidator, Rene. Rene was the designer that was on the show, correct?
Yep.
And so, how was it? Did you like become famous, or I heard you did another TV show?
How come that was 2015, 2016?
That's right. Yeah.
How come years have gone by and you still look the same?
Well, you know, I'm trying to look good. You know. What can I say? I don't know. I'm not a switch hitter, if that's what you're asking me. And you always bring me. You see what happens with these unpolitically, well, me being unpolitically correct, but with these kind of guys, these leftist kind of guys. You're not a leftist, right? No, just kidding, just kidding. They always have to bring up the sex talk.
Me?
Well, I'm straight. We'll start with that. Mind you, I did feel
Who
pretty.
says you are?
There was a time. Remember that time? So I had this yellow moped.
Yeah.
It was a little moped.
That was such a funny episode.
That was a hilarious
was
episode, and you
hilarious.
grabbed onto me, and I was pretty heavy at that time. I was taking prednisone or some shit.
They
Holy.
cut the best part.
What was the best part?
We were
Oh,
the shot they kept was we're laughing, but we actually were more laughing than that. When I started pushing you,
oh yeah. So basically, this was an episode where we went out. We filmed an episode where I bought a hot air balloon with a bunch of scuba equipment, and there was this yellow moped, which I didn't really give it much. I think it was a Honda 90, if I recall, or something like that.
yeah,
And I
70.
like Honda 70 or something. Great little bike. And Rene, I wanna buy it. I wanna buy it. Why? And I want the orange helmet. You know, of course, that's the way Rene talks.
Not.
Well, kind of. So anyway, we get this bike. We try. It starts, and then we're filming. It won't start, and then we're like the Flintstones.
It wouldn't start.
Yeah. Did you ever get it started?
No, that's why I was pushing.
No, but you bought it later, did you?
I did.
What'd you do? Did you drive around
You
it?
screw me around with the price, $1,000 for this. piece
No,
of
I
shit.
don't. Fucking piece
Yes,
of shit.
I know. Yes, you did. I ended up selling it
Did you sell it?
for $1,200.
Did you keep the orange helmet?
Actually, that was the original helmet,
That was the original one.
and I ended up selling it.
No, that was a great episode because I remember buying. I didn't pay much bother, but yeah, there's actually big value to those bikes. I didn't know that then. A lot of people think, oh, you must know the value. I had no idea. I looked at that locker. I paid $5,000. I think I sold the hot air balloon for $2,000 or something.
So a lot of value then, right?
Well, there
It's
is.
like me.
Well,
I'm
like
a lot
you.
of value.
Yeah. So you went on a. Everybody keeps telling me they saw you on a date show.
No,
You were not on a date show.
I blocked it off my mind.
You blocked it out of your mind. Do you remember that one episode we were doing
It's
there?
like going on a date with you. I blocked it off my mind.
I don't put out after the first date, by the way. Mind you, if you're.
You should. You
Okay, I
always
guess
do.
if you could say, if you say it like this, if you and I were to have sex, and if we didn't call it gay sex, it might be just sex.
Well, do you have a paper bag?
For me or you. You see what happens? You try to be politically correct, and they take you off that deep end.
Jeff will never change.
You know what? I'm thinking about how society has changed these days, like crazy, right? And you know what? When you're in business, you got to be careful on which opinion, because really, at the end of the day, if they're the complete right wing crazy or left wing crazy, you still want them to buy. So try to sort of stay in the medium. You know, I used to think that being one way, but really, do you really care when you're in retail? I mean, you're in retail, you got to do what you got to do.
Hey, Jeff, let's face it. When you started it, you bring the deal,
Yeah.
right? You get the deal cheap. You sell them wherever you want to do, right?
Yeah.
You sell, and then years gone by, COVID, the shipping fee, and then still today, as much as people don't realize that, you're still getting the deal.
Yeah.
Comparison to retail store, furniture store, for the same piece of furniture, I'm sorry, but we get deals here.
How did COVID change you?
Well, COVID was hard even for anyone, right? You as a business, you survived.
I never shut down once. We diversified. We changed, or we got into the auction business. People were at home collecting free money, and then they hit the button send, and we were selling, and we were still continuing. But yeah, and so what's been happening with you? You're still doing your design on the side.
That's right. That's right. And then
you got into really big fitness.
I was.
Yeah.
I slowed down a bit.
Yeah.
I'm saving my bones.
You're pretty buff.
I can't complain. I try to have a good lifestyle, I think, and I just try. You are what you are. You are what you eat, right? So if you look like a prune, then you probably fucking party all your life,
well,
right? So anyway, it is what it is. We'll all do our thing, right? And I'm just lucky, touch wood, that I still can do what I do at my age.
Yeah. And so you did a whole bunch of different things. You were designing for a while. I remember that episode where we took a woman's body part and I stuck the thing in the thing, and then you said, what did you say? Your expression? How'd you do with that area in the thing? Huh.
There's not much we didn't do.
Remember that line though?
Other than sex.
You said, I sank.
I swam in the water.
But you sank in the ocean.
Yeah, that's right.
Classic scene from the...
Sorry, this is just fun talk, okay?
You know what it is?
It's not about any...
yeah.
About anything. Because Jeff is about nothing.
Hey, that's it.
That's it. I mean, there was Seinfeld, but then there was Jeff.
So that's the thing about the show, is it was kind of out there, but if you think about the show, it had every diverse thing on it, right? And so now what we're doing is we're going to bring in businesses. We're going to try to add some humor to it without really going too crazy, and just talk to people about, hey, what's going on? The show, we last aired our episodes in 2016. You did about what, 7 or 8 episodes at least? Yeah, we brought you in on the sewing machine deal. That was pretty funny.
That was a good time.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot. You know what? If I think back, I was so worked up, and I was so stressed out that I was wound up tighter than a nun's. You know what? I was just like a, and it was hard, and it was funny bringing in people like you were a very like shit that rolled out of your mouth, and this show wasn't staged.
No, people online or on TV don't realize when they were coming, when I was going shopping in your store, and then I would say this and this and this, and then you would say, hey, do you want to do it live on Friday? Because you would just tag my pieces, and then live, we would negotiate the pricing. Yeah. But in fact, the preparation, the production company, the people outside, getting everybody ready to get into the, it's like a setup of a movie.
Yeah. But we never negotiated a price. Never. I know, that's what I told people.
No, you screw me around every
time. Yeah, well, that's because,
I was dumb and idiot. But not anymore.
You're not a dumb idiot. So,
no, you know what I mean.
People...
I'm exaggerating, but the price you were giving me were fair.
So you were born
in East Coast.
And that's why your first language is?
Québécois.
You speak?
Français.
Parlez-vous français?
C'est ça.
René Lévesque?
Embrasse-moi.
Fifi? I don't know, that's her head.
Yeah. Hey, that's enough.
Yeah, that's it.
That will take you anywhere.
What, Fifi?
Yeah. That will take you anywhere or nowhere.
Well, French does add an elegant to being gay, because it's sort of like, it goes with being French. If you're straight and you're French, you could come across as gay because we
talk with the hands.
The Italians are like this. Germans are screaming. Chinese are flying. But French.
And then the German, they're screaming. Jeff is German background. Yeah.
But how do French people sound when they get mad? How do they sound? Pipi le pew, le pipi le pew.
We speak faster.
Yeah. Have you ever yelled at anybody in French?
Yeah. You?
Yeah. Say call
you
me.
Never knew what I was saying.
Oh shit! You see, I try not to cross that boundary, but he takes it there. But anyway, yeah. So if we were to do another TV show, would you do it again?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you don't want to make money. You don't want to.
But this time I would be
a little smarter.
a little bit more tough than I was.
Well, the thing is that
in reality, now I know.
No.
I know.
I could have made it a lot easier, but and said, hey, I'm going to give you $500 for those desks. That's a pre-negotiate. You know what? I never ever staged a negotiation, and that was very difficult to do. I just went from the bigger transactions to the smaller ones because the amount of work that was behind doing the big ones. We'd film for 3 days straight, 3 days, and then boom, what's next? And I'm like, I still got to clean up this warehouse, So that was quite tough. But a lot of we don't want to talk about that show that you did. What was it called? 51st Dates or something?
It was date something.
Date.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
It was not.
In comparison to doing that show and our show, because I know nothing about that show. Some fans had told me that they'd seen you on that date show.
Yeah.
I knew we were dating another man, so just get me that straight, because you're 100% gay. So it wasn't a woman that they tried to date you with?
No. It was
a gay man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Younger, older?
It's a long story. That's why.
You know what? All your eyes are telling me to shut the fuck up.
No. Give you a quick intro of that. Is that they actually were very, very precise and kind. They did 3 recording of my wish.
Right.
3.
Yeah.
And then, and I told them, I said, don't make me like a fool on TV.
Right.
I don't want these. And if you're gonna do that and you're gonna call me on, try to get that. Right? So the 2 days before the shooting, the taping of the show, I get a call and the woman says, well, the person we had picked for you has gone into a car accident.
Oh, shit.
And she said, Rene, we only have 1 week left of filming in Vancouver, and we're going to find you someone. It's exactly what they did. They just find someone.
Yeah, right.
And then we didn't really get along.
Mm.
And
right.
I was... They cut the best part. I was really mouthy to him. And I almost walked out because I was like, you just, we're not in a match. I'm always, what am I doing here? Okay. Are you done yet? That's what he says, right?
Well, the interesting thing is, they had a thing in Banff. It's the second largest, or one of the largest, probably North America film festival. One of the major producers got up and he said, we take these people from reality, like normal lives, we throw them in front of a camera, and when we're all done, it's really about the camera. And then, 2 weeks later, what was your name again? And that's sort of a hard thing. Not that you get thrown and tossed out in the mud. It's about making TV. I mean, you look at the housewives. I mean, keep giving them wine and see how badly and crazy they get. And it made for hell of a TV. And when you're in that position, when you're in camera and you're doing your thing, and they create this drama, and afterwards you're kind of going, why did I do it? You get caught sort of in a high, like when we're filming, and I think of some of the things that we were filming and why I would get so mad, and I didn't understand, but it was like, okay, maybe that was, they're not telling you to do that, but it would just shit just evolved, and it was all for making TV. Now, they never did that with us too much, because in our show was more of a documentary, and really what I was trying to show, it doesn't matter who you are, anything. I don't give a fuck. If you're buying and selling, it doesn't matter. I don't give a shit if you think you're a dog. It's about transaction, and everything in life is a transaction. Almost everything's a negotiation. You work, you make money, you get an hourly rate. It's a job. You're doing it for a service or whatever the fuck it is you're doing. When people come, they want you to design their house. Okay, well, you want this. What's your budget? 30,000. Okay, you try to get within. Nope, we're going to be at 25 or we're going to be at 35. Yes or no? It's all life, and it doesn't matter. That's what I was trying to show. And because we were sort of under documentary status, it was basically following Jeff. But it made it tough. It was tough. And when I thought I had something great for you, I didn't know you would want that moped. We bring you in, and really, it was a live transaction. I sold that thing to you. I thought it was for $700, but you said it was $1,000. It took me 3 months to get the paperwork, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that was a.
It could have been stolen.
Yeah. No,
it was not like if you had no paperwork. It could have been from whoever.
It was a very sad story. The guy, he was a scuba instructor. He had a scuba instructing team. He was from up north. He had a storage locker here. She had told me that they had this stuff. I went in. I was just like, holy shit! Look at this hot air balloon. Like I was crazy over this hot air balloon. And then you happened to come in, and you wanted and it suited you. I mean, it could have been pink, but yellow was okay. Is that stereotyping? Banana.
But Jeff, seriously, you should really start your own now.
You know what? We're gonna see if we can gain some momentum and try to adapt to this culture somewhat. Like I can't say that I'm in agreement with a lot of shit that's going on, and always, especially pre-COVID, post-COVID. People. I saw a good one the other day of a guy that didn't get vaccinated, and he was saying, "Now you're welcoming us back after you fired us for not being vaccinated." And it was whether you got vaccinated or not. That's your own fucking business. I don't give a shit. But it was like, and even your politicians, they completely destroyed some of these people. Do I agree with all the shit that was going on? Absolutely not. I mean, but again, you know what? I got to do what I have to do in order to survive, right? Did I get the shot? Of course. Why? Because I travel. If you don't want to get it, it's your fucking business, right? If you didn't get it and I get it and I got it and you're in the same room as me, how am I going to get it from you? So
I got your chicken. Lunch
Oh,
is
okay.
well, just so you know, you're live on camera. That's Lucy talking in the background. Come over here.
Over here. Come sit. No. Get your ass in there.
This is Lucy.
Oh, hi.
So Lucy was. Here's the funny thing. She was a couple episodes, but the funniest thing was, she was unloading a mattress on the back of a truck one time, and you hear her. What we hear? Give us your laugh.
Laughing. Like that.
And that laugh didn't get cut to the edit department, and there was Lucy.
Mm-hmm. So what are you doing over here?
So we're just talking the shit. I was just in the vaccination, non-vaccination, and how people sort of got all. But you know what? If you wind up obsessed with it, if you look what this guy said, he's not vaccinated. This guy's not vaccinated, and you sort of obsess, and it becomes everything. You can control only what you can do, not what anybody else can do.
That's right.
And then everybody sits there and they create shit. It's like drama is just created. What the fuck are you doing?
So what is this all about?
So this is a podcast.
I don't know what it's
Can you say something to people in Italy, Italian?
Ok, venite tutti a fare spesa a Direct Liquidation. Tutta roba nuova e bella.
Exactly. It sounded like she was happy.
Mm-hmm.
Bada bing, bada bing, bada boom.
She was saying,
Bada bing.
but she was saying that don't listen to Jeff. Come and talk to me.
Who watched this?
Oh, I don't know. Hopefully somebody's watching
We
this.
have 17 viewers right now.
17 viewers.
Okay, you want me to sing? I sing.
Okay. Lucy, all right, we're each going to do a song. Lucy, you're first. No, Lucy, you're first. I'll do one for you. Sing.
Lasciatemi
Cantare,
cantare,
oh la chitarra in
mano, lasciatemi cantare una canzone piano piano, lasciatemi cantare.
Okay, Rene, now.
This is Direct Liquidation.
Every day. How about...
Fucked up.
Frère Jacques, dormez-vous, c'est la Valentina, ding dong dong.
Bang, bang, bang.
Hey, he's got a corrupt sex mind, this man. All right.
What about me?
We used to do this as kids.
This?
Yeah.
Well, that's what you just did.
Yeah, but you know when you sing song, you change the words.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
I gotta say bye. I want to
Yeah,
eat my lunch.
me too. I'm going.
Okay.
Oh,
Thank you, everybody, for hanging in
See you
there.
guys.
Ciao.
Lucy Federici and
Renato Picardo.
Rene Picardo.
Yeah.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Hey.
And we'll check you out. Check us up for some other live feeds coming up here over the next little while. How was that?
It's good. And from UK, somebody watching from